Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be picking my April TBR using my TBR jar. I cannot believe that we're already in April. 2026 has been flying by and it's scaring me, but anyway, we're going to be picking my TBR. I actually didn't make a TBR for March because I was very much in a mood reading mood, so I didn't feel like doing a TBR using my TBR jar and picking kind of random books from there. So I just had a mental TBR and I read whatever I felt like reading. But this month I want to go back to doing a TBR because I actually put new prompts on my TBR jar. I have it filled now and I'm just so excited to use these new prompts. So I'm going to be picking 6 books because I feel like that's manageable and that gives me hope that I might finish my TBR, even though I haven't finished that in years. Maybe, I don't know, I never finish my monthly TBRs. Maybe April will be the month that I actually finish it, but I'm done promising that I will, so we'll see what happens. But it's fun to make these TBRs anyway. So let's start by picking the first prompt because I'm really excited to know what we're going to be reading in April. Okay, so the first prompt is a black cover. I kind of know exactly what I want to pick, I think. Let me see if there's other options. But there's a specific book that has a black cover that I really want to read this month. I was looking for other options, but I don't even think it's worth it because I know that I want to pick this one because I just finished Six of Crows like a week ago and I really want to read the second book, which is Crooked Kingdom. The title is kind of coming off already because my boyfriend has already read this one, and that's also why I really want to finish this series so that we can talk about it. And if you don't know what the first book is about, basically in this universe there's Grisha people, which are people that have powers. There's a lot of different powers. So there's a drug going around that makes them extremely powerful, but it's also highly addictive. And so in the first couple of days of taking that drug, they kind of go insane and it's a really dangerous drug. And so this group of 6 teenagers is hired to go on a heist and capture the person that made this drug so that it can stop being made. That's a little summary of what the first book is about. And this is the second book in that duology, so I'll be finishing that series, which is really exciting. So the first book I'm going to be adding is Crooked Kingdom. Okay, now I'm going to pick the second one. Okay, that one fell. I feel like that's a sign to pick this one. Let's see what it gives us. A romantasy. Okay, that's fun. I've low-key been in a big fantasy mood, so I'm actually happy about this one. I don't know which one I want to pick though. Okay, I did look for other options and there's a few series that I'm also interested in, but I've been really feeling drawn out to this one, Divine Rivals, and this is also a duology. So hopefully I would finish it this month, but I could finish the series pretty soon because it's just 2 books, so it's not a big commitment. No, it's actually 3 books because Wild Reverence is kind of a prequel to this duology, but I've been really wanting to read both this duology and the prequel. Everyone says that the writing is beautiful, and that's maybe my favorite thing about books. I love beautiful writing and I love emotional books, so I've been really wanting to read this one. I think this one is about 2 people who write letters to each other through a magical typewriter, and I think they're both rivals at the paper. I don't really know much more than that because the back is kind of vague, but they're rivals, they're writing letters to each other, they're falling in love, and there's a war going on, and in this universe there's a lot of gods, and I think the gods are the ones at war. I'm not sure, do not quote me on that, but I really want to read this one. So we're going to be adding this one to my April TBR. Now I would really like getting either like a literary fiction prompt or a romance prompt because spring is just perfect for romance books, so let's see if we can get a romance. The third prompt has been on my mind lately. Okay, this is kind of a free pick, which is perfect. I have a few that have been on my mind lately. Let me go pick them up. Okay, for this one I have a few. The first one is I Who Have Never Known Men. This one is a very short, like, literary fiction dystopian book, and this is about women who are stuck in a bunker. I don't know why, but they're stuck there, and this girl that is the main character of this book has never known men because she has spent her whole life in that bunker. Then I have We Could Be Rats. I've just been imagining myself reading this at the park because the cover just gives spring to me. But this one is a novel about 2 very different sisters that's a love letter to childhood, growing up, and the power of imagination. I think it also deals with a lot of heavy subjects about mental health, and I think I'm just really gonna like it because it seems like it's gonna be a very emotional emotional and introspective read. However, as I said, I also really want to read a romance, and these two have been on my mind lately. The first one is Say You Remember Me, and I really want to read this one because I just got the second book in this series and I really want to read that one, so I need to read this one first. I think this one is about two people that meet randomly and they have this great connection, but he has to move away, or she has to move away, to take care of her mother, who has been going through some health struggles, and they kind of have a long distance relationship. Then Ready or Not is about a surprise pregnancy. This girl, I think, has a hookup with some random guy and she ends up pregnant. Is it a random guy? Yeah, okay, it's from a random guy. It's a one night stand, and she ends up pregnant and she starts having this connection and falling in love with her friend's brother, I think, and her friend is also going through some infertility struggles. So I think there's a lot of pregnancy talk in this book, but I really enjoyed Promise Me Sunshine, which was Cara Bastone's release from last year. So I really want to read this one first so that then I can read this one that's right here, which is No Matter What, which is her most recent release. I'm so excited to read that one. I know that that one is a second chance romance. If you know me, you know that I love second chance, so I really want to read this one first so that I can get into that one later. You know what, I think I'm gonna go for Ready or Not because this book is just so spring to me. I've been putting it on my spring TBR, I think, for like 2 years at this point, and I've never gotten around to reading it. So this month is the month that I'm finally gonna read this book. Okay, so far this TBR is kind of perfect. So let's keep the vibes going and see what the fourth book is. Okay, so the fourth prompt is an uneven page number. That's perfect. That's also kind of a free pick. So let me go see some options. Okay, so this one is an uneven page number. It has 239 pages. Maybe we'll go with this one. Okay, I Have Never Known Men is 173. Another option. What about this one? I just went back to the other ones that I already picked because clearly they're on my mind. So let's see. 353. Okay, so we can get back to choosing one of these. I think, wait, I don't know. I'm so indecisive. Okay, wait. Oh my god. I don't know. I really want to read all of these. It's so hard to choose because I kind of have to try to be realistic and see which one I see myself reading effortlessly the most, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm gonna take this one out. I don't know. I can't overthink it, so it's between these two. I already have a romance on my TBR, and I don't have any literary fiction, and I don't know what the next prompts are gonna be. I think I'm gonna go for this one. I've been really excited to read this book. I love the cover. The book sounds amazing, and I have just seen positive reviews. Everyone seems to really enjoy it, so I'm very excited to get into this one, and it seems like it's gonna be the type of book that I might love because it's very emotional. So I'm gonna be picking We Could Be Rats for my April TBR. We also have kind of a pink moment going on. I like that. Everything the prompts are giving me are books that I've been really thinking about and really wanting to read. So I think the universe is on my side with this one, and we might finish the TBR this month. I don't know, maybe I'm talking way too soon because I still have two to pick. So let's get into that. Okay, so the fifth prompt is a flower on the cover. This one is the release from Cara Bastone that I was talking about, that second chance romance. This could be an option. I really want to read it, but I don't know if I want to read two books by this author in the same month because I think she might be one of my favorite authors, so maybe I want to space it out a little bit. Yeah, I can't pick it. Wait, I think I know which one I want to pick. The second that I looked at this one and I remembered that it has a flower, we're picking this one. I've been really wanting to read this one. This is The Vegetarian. This one is about a woman who decides to become vegetarian, and it says that it's a disturbing and thrilling psychological drama about taboo, desire, rebellion, and fantasy. I think her husband doesn't really approve, and I'm also vegetarian, so I feel like this could be a fun book to read. I've just been eyeing this one for the last month, so I think it's time to finally read it. So we're gonna be adding this one to the April TBR. Guys, I'm beyond excited about this TBR. Like, I want to go and start reading it right now. Okay, last prompt. Ideally, I would love a romance, but whatever. The last prompt, let's see. A female rage story. Okay. I'm kind of like, do I want to go back to I Who Have Never Known Men? But I don't know if that's a female rage story or if it's more just like a dystopian women's fiction kind of thing. I could pick Night Bitch. I also just recently got The Lamp. This one I think is about a mother and a daughter who are cannibals. I might be lying. Maybe it isn't. I know that it's like a complicated mother and daughter dynamic. It has like meat on the spine, so I just kind of assumed. I think I saw it on Goodreads or something. I'm definitely not making that up. I think I saw a review saying that. But this one is about a woman who's slowly turning into a dog. She's like growing fangs and everything and getting hairy. These are the options. I don't know. I think I kind of want to go for this one. I just recently got it and it's really been on the forefront of my mind for a few months now. I was so excited to finally buy it. So I really want to get to it and I feel like it's the perfect pick for this prompt. It literally says on the back that this is a tender coming of age tale about how women swallow their anger, desire, and animal instincts. This sounds amazing. Unfortunately, because I hate putting high expectations on books, this is a 5-star prediction for myself, so really hoping I love it and very excited to add this one to the TBR. Hopefully I will get to more books than this, but we'll see what happens. Let's go through my April TBR again. Crooked Kingdom, Divine Rivals, Ready or Not, We Could Be Rats, The Vegetarian, and The Lamb. Once again, I'm genuinely really excited about this TBR. I feel like I'm gonna have a great reading month, but if you want to see me reading these books and see my opinions on them, be sure to subscribe because I will try to make more content. I've been slacking, I know, but I will be back. The spring months have given me the energy back and the motivation to actually live my life and be productive. So I will be trying to make more videos, so subscribe if you like this one. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have an April TBR, maybe just a spring TBR. What books are on there? What books are you looking forward to read? If you have read any of these books, let me know what you thought about them. And I really hope I'll see you in the next one.